Welcome to the AFR Saints channel, where we provide you daily content on your favorite team, the New Orleans Saints. Do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to leave your comments below and smash that like button. Who dat? Saints season came to an end on Sunday with a 10-7 loss to Carolina. It's interesting because there's not a lot of middle ground right now on the Saints, on Dennis Allen. Generally, the reaction is one extreme side of the spectrum or the other. For example, here's a text into the show from Randall that said, "Matt, I'm a diehard Saints fan. I bleed black and gold. I hope they win every game next year. But until they fire Dennis Allen, I will not spend another penny on tickets or anything related to the Saints. And it's that terrible because I love going to Saints game." So, I'm not spending another dollar until they fire him. Chris said on Dennis Allen, "Actions speak louder than words, but he doesn't even use the right words when given the opportunity. Going to be another blah year next year. Hopefully that will be the last one he gets." And then there's Adam, who said, "Matt, how many consecutive 8-8-ish seasons did Sean Payton have? It's unfair to judge Dennis on his first season as head coach that he's been plagued with injuries on offense." Or is it fair? I'm sorry, he worded this poorly. Is it unfair to judge Dennis on his first season as head coach that he's been plagued with injuries on offense? And he says, "Just checked for you. It was a 5-year span with 4, 7, and 9 seasons." So what he's referring to is the time Sean Payton had when, in 2012, the Saints were 7-9. With Adam, and I'll provide some context that Adam doesn't hear. In 2012, that was Bountygate. They went 7-9 without Sean Payton. And for context, remember, you were coming off Super Bowl 09, playoffs in 2010, and then a 13-3 2011, which was the best team the Saints ever had. That set the NFL, was the best offense in the history of the NFL. And then 2012, you were expecting to continue building on that run. Bountygate, you just cut the Saints off at the knees. Payton was back in 2013. You were right back in the playoffs. You beat Philly in the wild card round. You lost in the divisional round to Seattle. And then you had back-to-back 7-9 seasons in 14, 15, 16. And then, of course, they went on a great run from 2017 to 2021 when they were in the playoffs every year, or through 2020 when they were in the playoffs every year, and then but had some terrible misfortune in the postseason. So to Adam's point, though, about judging Dennis in his first year and then pointing out Sean Payton's 7-9 seasons. The difference is Sean Payton had proven he could win, Adam. This is what you're forgetting. Dennis Allen didn't inherit a team drafting in the top 5. The Houston Texans firing Lovie Smith is stupid because he inherited an awful football team, and they were awful again. Doug Peterson inherited a miserable football team, got him to the playoffs. He's won a Super Bowl. He's a really good coach. He's done it before. That's the thing, Adam, you're failing to acknowledge. Dennis Allen in 2012 was 4-12. In 2013, he was 4-12. In 2014, Oakland brought him back. He started 0-4, and they fired him. So now he gets another shot to be a head coach, inheriting a team that won 9 games a year ago. Again, please remember this context. Dennis Allen did not inherit an awful situation. There were people projecting the Saints to go to the Super Bowl this year. They won 9 games a season ago. 9 games despite playing more starters than any team in the history of the NFL. There has literally never in the history of the NFL been a more injury-plagued team than the 2021 New Orleans Saints, which still managed, despite playing 4 different quarterbacks, which included Jameis Winston, Taysom Hill, Trevor Siemian, and Ian Book, still won 9 games. All right? And one of the losses was the BS Monday night loss against Miami when you had dudes introducing themselves in the locker room because the whole roster was gutted and you had to start Ian Book. Otherwise, you win that game at home and you get to 10 and you're in the playoffs. So, Big asterisk there. Either way, you had a good coach. You had a dude who knew how to maximize what he had despite all of their shortcomings. Exit Sean Payton and a team that was healthier. Put Andy Dalton on last year's Saints. Give me Andy Dalton instead of Trevor Siemian, Ian Book, Taysom Hill, and you are a playoff team. We have a large enough sample size. As a head coach, Dennis Allen is 15-38. He inherited a good organization, a good roster. Yes. The quarterback situation needs to improve. The cap situation, awful. I get all of that. He was also the head coach that decided to make multiple trades to move up into round one and foregoing future assets, even assets in last year's draft, to take Olave and Penning. He's the head coach. Put that at his feet. You have a large enough sample size, y'all. He's 15-38. He's won 28% of his games as an NFL head coach, y'all. 28%. He's not a head coach. He's not. Not now, nor will he ever be. With a more stable roster this year than last, you lost two more, you won two fewer games. And you don't have anything in sight to suggest there's an answer at quarterback or the thing that's going to bolster this. The Dennis Allen defenders are stunning to me. To the guy who brought up the question on the text, Sean Payton came in year one with New Orleans, inheriting a team after the greatest natural disaster in the history of our country that went 3-13, played the entire season on the road, didn't know if the building was going to be open in time for the opener. They spent the entire fall on the road, and they won the division and went to the NFC Championship game because he was a good coach. And in year four, he had won a Super Bowl. And then they had gone back-to-back-to-back playoff appearances and then Bountygate. And you know what? He had proven his ability as a head coach, and so they gave him time to rebuild the culture again after all the Bountygate stuff and everything that transpired. He's earned the benefit of the doubt. It's why he's the most coveted guy right now in this coaching cycle. The fact that I sit here and actually have to have this conversation and explain this is mind-boggling to me. Like, there are literally people who text the show and tweet me who try to discredit Sean Payton. Like, why this man took over, arguably, post-Katrina, the worst situation in the history of the NFL, and turned the Saints, one of the worst organizations in the history of the NFL, to a pillar of stability over a decade and a half. There's a reason every team in the NFL that has a coaching vacancy wants to hire him. If you're trying to prop up Dennis Allen, fine, make an argument, but don't make it in any way discrediting what Sean Payton is or has done in his career, because that just makes you look stupid. Have a separate conversation of why you think Dennis, convince me why you believe, despite seeing nothing of the sort, that Dennis Allen is going to figure it out. That's the conversation if you're a Dennis Allen defender, supporter, that you need to have. Not criticize Sean Payton, not tear other people down. Tell me why Dennis Allen, what you've seen from Dennis Allen that convinces you he's going to get this right and fix it. Because in his career, he's 15-38 over the course of 4 seasons as an NFL head coach in 2 different places. I don't know what else to tell you, man. There's nothing there. If he does it, it will come as a total surprise. It will be an upset because we've seen nothing to this point in his career as a head coach to suggest he knows how to be a successful head coach. Dan Campbell took over an awful situation in Detroit, and last year they were bad. And for half of this year, they were bad. But they built, and boom. But that's a guy that was a first-time head coach. He deserved the opportunity to build it. Dennis Allen don't deserve that benefit of the doubt. He's been a head coach now at 2 different places, and he's not good at it. And I don't know what's ever going to make him good at it. So if you've got an argument to be made, I'm all ears. I'm a Saints fan. I'm never hiding that. I love my team. I want them to win. But I also get paid to sit here and give you opinions. People ask me all the time, man, you're hard on the Saints. Like, what do you want me to do? Lie to you? I'm going to give you my honest opinion. Of course I want him to win. I hope I'm dead wrong. I hope Dennis Allen wins a Super Bowl next year. But I don't believe it's going to happen because I don't think he knows how to be a great head coach. It's just not in him. There are qualities and characteristics that make up leaders, and he doesn't have it. That's okay. Like, not everybody is meant to be the CEO. There are plenty of people that are magnificent CFOs and COOs. That's great. Do the thing that you can do exceptionally well within the culture of an organization and thrive at that and help people win. Dennis Allen is a magnificent defensive coordinator. Part of the reason that Sean Payton had sort of the rebirth from 2017 on was they brought him back as DC. They blew out Rob Ryan, brought in Dennis Allen. He was great in that role. He's a great defensive mind in the NFL. He just ain't a great head coach. There is a difference. Not every lieutenant is meant to be a general, and he's one of them. So go prove me wrong, Dennis. Apparently going to give you another year to try. You won't do it, but they're going to give you another year. Go try. We'll see. And next year, we'll be sitting here. The Saints will miss the playoffs again. We'll be having the same conversation again. And I'm curious, a year from now, where the Dennis Allen defenders are going to be. Please, I'm begging you. If you're a Dennis Allen defender, give me something. Because a year ago, I was with you. A year ago, it wasn't my choice. It wasn't my favorite, but I understood it. Man, he was in an awful situation before. He had that experience. Now he's learned from it. He's older now. Better roster than he had in Oakland. Better ownership than he had in Oakland. Alignment. Like, it's a better situation. And the results are the same. So, please, give me reason to believe that I'm wrong. Give me reason to believe in Dennis Allen. We're the DA defenders. I'm begging you to please tell me why I'm wrong. And it's not tearing down Sean Payton because he had some 7 and 9 seasons. He also won, something we've never seen Dennis Allen do. Tell me the reason I should believe in him. I'm all ears. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact. And be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.